Hello again, class, and welcome back to Part B of our lecture. I will be explaining your assignments, and I'm going to take you on a tour of the Canvas course. I'm also going to tell you about an uplifting video that I have placed in the module. So let's go ahead and get started. So it's now time to talk about the discussion boards that are due for this week. The first assignment is a discussion board post that I call the airport bio. I want you to picture yourself at an airport, standing in the ticket line, where you get into a conversation with the person that's standing in front of you. You exchange your names and maybe you discuss where you're traveling to and so on. It's a surface look at some of your favorite things. That's what this assignment is. It's really an introduction. We want to get to know each other. We're stuck here online, and so this is a way for us to get to know each other. So you're going to read the prompt, and I've made several lists of questions that you can answer. I'm asking that you answer 5 of them, but you can answer more of them if you get so inspired. And you will not need to respond to someone else's post, but you may if you would like to. The second discussion assignment requires you to think back in your history. Who can you single out as a mentor to you? They could be somebody that's dead, living, a family member, a friend, someone you know, or someone you have never met but admire. When talking about them, list at least 5 characteristics of theirs that you admire. Here's an example. The woman that you see pictured here is my grandmother. So if I was to write a post, I would say, my grandmother is my mentor. She is bright, funny, attentive, grateful for life, and always a pleasure to be around. So there was my 5 characteristics. And as I go on, I would say, she had a way of making you feel special, and all of my siblings and cousins feel the same way about her. Then I ask you to pick one of the characteristics that you listed for them. I am going to be writing about grateful for life, for example. So the rest of my post would say, I hope to emulate her gratefulness for life. She had a hard life growing up with 13 brothers and sisters in the plains of Northwood, North Dakota in a 2-bedroom house. She was always grateful for everything that she had, and she talked about that often. Life is rough for so many people, and I have so much. So when I start to feel down, I hope I remember to be grateful for what I have, especially in relation to what others do not. I'm grateful I had her in my life to look up to. So that is my example. Notice I didn't just state the one characteristic, but I expounded on it. And I said several reasons why I picked that particular characteristic. This assignment, like the airport bio, does not require you to respond, as I said, but you may if you like to. And both of these are worth 5 points each. This next one is the main discussion board for this week. How many of you are familiar with the California Early Educator Competencies? This is a document that was put together by a group of revered teachers, college educators, and others within the early care and education field in California. We will be using this tool throughout our course. You will find a downloadable copy of this document in the module California Resources. There is also a flyer on CompSat in Session 1 that you should peruse as well. CompSat is a website that supports, explains, and brings new understanding to the Teacher Competencies document. This week, you will become familiar with the CompSat website. If it is new to you, or hopefully if it's not new, we can dig in deeper into the tool. There are 6 short videos you will be watching and writing a discussion post on. The longest of these videos is about 6 minutes long. Most are a minute or 2. It's not going to take you that much time to view all 6. 2 of the videos I have placed in Module 1. The other 4 you will need to find on the CompSat website, as I want you to spend some time getting familiar with this site. The URL for that is ECECOMPSAT.org, ececompsat.org. After viewing all 6 of these videos, you will write an original post and reply to 3 posts written by others. Please read the full instructions on this discussion board before you post. This week, you will begin your pair summary partner writing. The way to start is to get acquainted with your partner through the inbox feature of Canvas. Once you have connected, you can reach one another any way that suits you best. Individually, you will want to read through the entire chapter, then contact your pair summary partner. Then you're going to compile your paper, and you will have specific questions to answer for each paper that you produce. There is a document that explains that in Module 1. Make sure that both of your names are on these pair summary papers. If your partner is difficult to reach or does not communicate with you, you will still be responsible for turning in your part of the paper. You will receive full points for the half work of the half paper, and then I will work on reassigning you to another partner. Some shifts may happen as students' lives may demand more from them and they decide to drop out, or they may decide the subject matter is no longer of interest to them. Whatever the reason for leaving, I will work my best to make your experience as seamless as possible. There is a small group presentation that is due near the end of the semester. I will assign you to small groups and will send those names out in a few weeks. As the semester progresses, you will get together virtually with your small group. This group will create an agenda, collect handouts, and write a summary of a presentation that you as a group would give to a local teachers meeting or a conference or at a resource referral agency. You're not really going to give the presentation, but you're going to have everything ready like you would be giving it. You can decide to use the collaboration section in the course, create a OneDrive, meet via Skype, Zoom, Google Meet, Facebook, or simply email one another. There will be a groups list made up and placed within your module, like I said, in a couple weeks. I'm waiting to put them together until I have a better idea of who is actually going to stay in the class. If you have a preferred way that you would like people to contact you other than your Zoom mail or through the inbox, you can discuss that with them once you are connecting to your group. But until then, please use the inbox. And there he is, Mr. Kid President. If you are unfamiliar with this young boy, I have a video of his that I have put in your module that I want to share with you. I think that right now we could all use some inspiration, and I love this video for that reason. You might have seen it before, or you might have seen another of this young man's videos before, but if not, I think that you will love this boy's enthusiasm and his spirit. If you want to see more of his videos, you can look under something called Soul Pancake or under Kid President on YouTube, and there's a bunch of them that will come up. So, like I said, again, I have placed this inspirational video for teachers and students in your module. I hope that you watch it this week. And I can't go on with this page before I recognize this little face here too. Is that the cutest dimple you ever saw? My goodness. That baby makes me happy every time I look at it, and I have no idea who it is even. Okay, so let's get back to business. I got distracted. I'm going to get ready to transition from the PowerPoint to my tour of Canvas. And this is what we will cover. We're going to look at the front page, the modules, the to-do list, supplemental reading, discussion boards, announcements, assignments, the inbox, your profile. And just as a side note, oh, yeah, um, if you have already taken so many classes that you really feel that you will understand all of that, I think you can go ahead and get off of the PowerPoint. But I do want you to know before I do that to remind you that what my email is. It's cberardi@chabotcollege.edu. Again, the best way to reach me is through the Canvas inbox. You can call me on Sundays from 2 to 3. And I have given you my cell number already. If it's busy or I don't pick up right away, I'm talking to another student. If you don't need the live tour, you may get off. Other than that, I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. And then I'm going to go back to sharing and open up our course. First of all, you're going to see your dashboard. This is unpublished, so it's down here, but you're going to see this woman reading her book to children. Then we're going to open that, and you're going to come to this page. Now, to get to the modules, you're going to go over here, what's called the navigation bar, and click on to modules, and it will take you here. Now, when you're starting the course, you want to start up here in the Start Here module. Inside here, you have your syllabus, your expectations page, and I'm going to be adding a reading page that's not here yet, but it will be by the time you open this course. You really want to go through those first so you know exactly what's coming up. This syllabus is my contract with you during the course, and it will tell you about the grades, the percentages, and many other expectations, as well as this one here, which talks about discussion boards. So here is the next one. The prerequisite for this module is finishing looking at these things. So you're not going to be able to just jump around. And you're going to want to go through this sequentially. So you start at the top. The first thing is the to-do, right? And then you go in through. This is PowerPoint number 2 that you're looking at right now. I have had scripts before. I may keep them in the first one. If people aren't using them, if they're not helpful, I won't add them. Then here's the pair summaries and all the information. As you go through the course, I have put these headers in to help you understand what the content area is. You've got videos to watch. Again, everything is contingent. You have to do these things here before these things will pop up or allow you to go in. The airport bio is first, and then the who was your mentor. Let's look at the airport bio so you get an idea, if you've never done a discussion board, what it's like. This would be called my prompt area here. And you can see I'm talking about the discussion board. Here are the questions you're going to think about. When you've read all this and you're ready to reply to a discussion board, you use this right here. You open it up, and a text box appears underneath. So I'm going to put the word test here. All right, so I'm going to post that reply. And so now underneath my original prompt is this test here, okay? Now, if I was a student and I had written out a reply or an original post in relation to this prompt, and you were going to respond to it, you don't do that up here. That's only for the original posts. You're going to do that here. And I know this is rudimentary for some of you, but there are others who may be coming back to school and have not um, been in a college course for a while. So we're going to respect them and give them this information. So in order to reply to me, this person's going to have to hit this button. And now a new text box opens up. And I'm going to put test reply. Okay, and then you have to click. You can't just type in there. You have to click the post reply. Again, I know that's rudimentary for some of you, but that's how to do a discussion board. All right, some of your discussion boards, like I've said in the videos, have replies that are due. This one does not, and two each session will not. If they don't, then you don't even have to put this reply. There will just be a list of original posts underneath my prompt. So this particular page shows you how the modules are set up. This course, a 2-unit course, would usually run for 12 weeks. But this year, the college set it up for 18 weeks. So it's still a 2-unit course. And in order to keep it a 2-unit course and not give you more work that's not fair for trying to make it a 3-unit course, what I have done is given you extra time on a few of the modules. So it's still basically a 12 module course. But as you can see, session 1, that's 1 week. Session 2 is 1 week. Session 3 will run over a 2-week period. The same with session 4. Then session 5 again is 1 week. Session 6 is 1 week. Session 7, 8, and 9 are each 2 weeks long. So it might look like a funky way to do that, but I really like this idea because it embeds within it chances for catching up. We are in the middle of a crazy period of our lives. People that we know are getting sick. If you've got children, they're going back to school and may need more attention. You may need to take a vacation for a while. I want to give you enough space that you can finish all the work required, but yet you have time to catch up. Now, those of you that are right on top of it, you are ready to go. You're going to finish those weeks early and you're going to have some time off. And those of you who procrastinate are going to have some time to catch up and have a little extra time to do things. The other modules that are part of this course are the Start Here introductory module. So this week, for example, you have to go through the introductory module, which is not going to take you very long, and you're going to do session 1. Then we also have a small groups module. It's not another week, but is a repository module for uploading the 3 papers that are connected to your small group project. I'm going to open that around, I think the 5th week. I'm not sure yet, but I think the 5th week or 5th session, that is. And they will, that module will stay open the entire course. Your group may finish its project early and you can upload things early. And then when you get to the finals week, all you have to think about is the final. Others of you may have harder time getting together with everybody and you may need that extended period of time. Either way, it will be open from week 5 all the way through the course. And the last extra module is called the California Free Resources module. And I may be adding to that as the class continues. I love to give you the free resources that are on the web that pertain to the field of early childhood and specifically being in leadership. It contains things like the foundations and the frameworks. Um, it has several other resources in there that are all wonderful free resources. There is the guidebook put out on um, the 5 protective factors. Um, I may put in some fun arts and crafts ones in there that I've gathered over the years as well. So it's a library repository. None of the reading in there is mandatory, but it's a wonderful place to check out and get free resources. And I suggest that you do that and look in there frequently. As I said, I will put new things in there as the class continues. Okay, so that is it for my tour. And I just wish you a great week. Remember, you can call me, and I hope you have a lot of fun. I'm going to say goodbye.